pro boxing fans here in London for the Kingpyn tournament. With me, Mark Tibbs. Mark, busy workout today. Elle's just worked out. Quick hands, a little bit of power in them. Good little workout, that.
Do you think so?
You know what? I've been to so many workouts, Mark, and you know how it is. Some fighters just go in there, wave at the crowd, and they go back home, right? So it was a good little workout. Talk to me about Elle. A lot of people are looking forward to her fighting because she's one of the most prominent names in this tournament. How much has she improved since you first got her?
Well, I think she's improved incredibly. She's got after a second fight, she come into the gym immediately and wanted to know about defence. You know what I mean? Wanted to know about defence. I mean, earlier on in her first fight and her second fight, it was difficult for her to think about defence with what we was up against, because if she thought about defence early on, she probably would have got beat. So we've got to be offensive and hard, fast and first, and it worked. So now she wants to continue to learn how to box, outfox. She's got to slip, move her head, move her feet, and parry at times, and sometimes you've got to do a bit of everything on the move, and so it takes a little while to master that. That's why it's called the sweet science.
Danielka's the opponent. We saw the height discrepancy when they sort of faced off. How are you going to conquer that? Because she's a lot taller, to be honest.
Well, that last lady that she fought at Wembley on the last fight was touching on 6 foot, I believe. She was absolute giraffe. So we've had good prep for it. So she knows what to expect. She knows how to approach what's in front of her. It's just doing it under the lights. She pulled it off last time. We're not underestimating this lady because she's got a very good trainer wrapped around her. We've been over to Poland last week to do some PR work. Elle did, and these guys have got they've got good operators around them. So we're not taking it lightly.
Mark, you're a proper boxing man. So when you come into this area, do you research the opponents? Do you have to go through that? Do you do that sort of work, or how do you work in this? Because I know yourself, your dad. You're proper boxing guys. So how do you work in this area?
To be fair, I'm surprised I'm still here. But there's such good people to work with. It's refreshing. It's a breath of fresh air, as I say, and it takes a break from the normal stuff. But to be fair, what was your question?
How does it feel to be in this area? Like, do you do a lot of research on the opponents and stuff like that?
To be fair, with what I've been brought up in and around, you still got to not underestimate people. When you look at what's in front of you, you look at their experience. It's like looking at their logbook, So we fight. I take it like I do any other of my fighters I've been involved with. So we get the best possible win in the best possible fashion.
Nice. I think a lot of people have Elle as a favourite for this tournament, and then she'll move on to hopefully other things. Let's talk about boxing.
Let me say something there before we move on to boxing. See, although she's the favourite, I'm not sure about. I ain't known Elle too long, so she can't read up on that and take it very, very lightly. So it's been drummed into her to look at this fight like it's your world title fight. Crack on about it.
Let's talk about boxing. We saw 2 big giants in the ring last weekend, Joyce versus Zhilei Zhang. And Joyce was stopped because of that shut eye. But just talk to me about that fight. Did you envisage that from Zhang to beat Joyce the way he did?
No, I'll be honest with you. Obviously, like everyone else, I thought that Joyce would take over or win mid to late rounds, and obviously the eye injury prevented that from happening. I still believe that Joe would have tweaked his performance as he went along. Given that eye never happened, but it was frustrating for Joyce, I must admit. But listen, that Zhang was off the mark with his backhand. See, when an orthodox fights a southpaw or vice versa, it's all about the backhands and control of the front foot. And Joe was just too slow at getting it off. And for me, he kept looking to tee off the left hook. That's okay if you're going to let the right hand go after. But he was trying to get the wrong hand home, where the other fella went crack straight down the pipe, bang every time, couldn't miss him. Credit to Zhang. I'd like to see the rematch though.
That was my next question. A lot of people are saying maybe you shouldn't take that rematch, maybe you should rebuild a bit. But do you feel like if Joe has that rematch that he does beat Zhang?
Well, I just think to myself, if he's got the option, look at his age and where he's at, yeah? It's going to be a big fight in England or in China, right? If he's got to go to China, he's getting on a bit, isn't he? He's getting on a bit. He's got to make a couple of adjustments, get that wing back, and then put himself back in the position where he was. Not sure what his options are, but that's just looking on as a fan. You know what I mean? And looking at his age and what he's done and where he's at. I mean, big man Zhang, isn't he? Big, sharp, seasoned man, wasn't he? Yeah.
He looked it for sure. Not a lot of people are going to want to face Zhang after that performance. A bit awkward, obviously southpaw, big guy, good backhand. Do you feel like a lot of people will want to share the ring with him?
Do I feel people would want to share the ring with him? See, it's like Tyson Fury, innit? The ginormous creature that's in front of everyone is very imposing. And if you've got boxability and pedigree about you, it's an art. Sometimes you think, why did he take it in the first place? But maybe he thought he was being a bit smart because he's going to fight Usyk. I don't know, because he probably would have handled Usyk a bit more better than he did Zhang. I don't know. You know what I mean? You've got to think all them things.
I do want to talk about Anthony Joshua, but I want to sort of link them up. Eddie Hearn saying that AJ would have pinged about Joe Joyce on the night. And also, Joe Joyce is not elite heavyweight. Do you feel like if AJ did fight Joe Joyce, because there was talks, AJ spoke about a possible fight, that AJ beats Joe Joyce?
No, I don't think that would have been a foregone conclusion. I think that's a real 50-50, Joe Joyce and AJ. I think I didn't like making me think about the fight now. That stone lighter he did not work for him. So why in hell would he do that against that big man? Perhaps he thought it would make him a bit sharper. That could have been the only reason, because for any other reason would you want to take a stone off a man when he's normally that weight, you get me? You know what I mean? But it was what it was, it is what it is. I believe he gets the rematch at his normal weight. Joyce will do the job in later rounds. Yeah, that's what I think.
Talking about Anthony Joshua, his last performance against Jermaine Franklin had a lot of people talking. What did you make of his fight? A lot of people are saying, look, even he came out in the press conference and said, listen, you can say what you want. I might have been gun shy, I might have been whatever, but I got the W. In your eyes, how do you rate that performance against Franklin?
No, I expected a better performance from AJ, to tell the truth. I expected him to make the use of his size and his power and his strength, and for me he didn't. But listen, he's going to go again. He's going to go again. I did see some positive changes being with the new coach. I saw that. Let's hope it can blossom. Yeah.
AJ is now saying he's going to fight in December. Do you feel like he needs to be fighting in the summer just to get consistency, maybe a bit more confidence in his game?
Well, I was hoping he'd be fighting before December. I thought, summer. Yeah. Well, it'd be nice if he fought in July, August, and then December.
Tyson Fury, there's rumours about Andy Ruiz fight possibly before this supposed tournament that's going to possibly take place. We're still hearing rumours of it. Yeah. But what do you make of that fight if Tyson Fury was to fight someone like Andy Ruiz?
Yeah, Tyson Fury, good fight. Andy Ruiz, short, fast mover. Fury will deal with him. Yeah, Fury, I think, will deal with him. Give Fury a good workout. Who knows? Fury could be tipping over just now. We don't know. He's been in some hard fights. I don't know. Be a good fight. I'd like to see that.
It's a fancy from myself, actually. Just talking about AJ, Froch was saying that it seems like Andy Ruiz took a bit of AJ's soul out when he sort of defeated him. Do you feel like since that loss, that AJ, like Hall said, it's taken a bit of his soul out?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, he's never looked the same since, has he? That was in New York, that fight, right? And he's never looked the same since. He's been for me, he's been a little bit confused, but what a specimen he is. And I think there's a psychological element there that's, I don't know what it is. Sometimes you're not just good, you're not good enough. But he's done a great job with AJ, and let's hope. As I say, I did see some positive changes with Derek James a little bit, and let's hope it can blossom.
Final one from myself.
He's got to want to though. I'm not sure if he wants to be in there.
Do you think so? Do you think he doesn't? Do you think he doesn't want to be in the ring?
Well, maybe like we're all searching, including myself. What is the matter with him? And then there's a little look in his eye at times. Does he really want to be there? You know, I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a boxing trainer. But we ask ourselves all them things. Yeah.
Actually, before I do ask you the last question, Dillian Whyte was at the show on Saturday night. I spoke to him briefly after the fight. He was there to call out Joyce. Obviously, things haven't gone the way that he wanted it. But what do you make of Dillian? Where does he go now? Because obviously there's these top boys. He's still lurking about there. Where can he go from this point?
I think for Dillian Whyte, I think where does he go from here? He's not in the greatest of places, I don't think, right now. But listen, I think we'd all tune in to watch him and Derek again. And if he set the place alight, he's back in the scene. If he fought AJ again and set the place alight, he's back in the scene. And that goes for every one of them. They've all got to, like them three there, who I just mentioned, if they was to fight each other, they've got to look brilliant doing the job and getting it done for everyone to buy into it again. You know what I'm saying?
Final one before I let you go. On the same night, on Saturday night in Las Vegas, is a big fight. Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Every time I talk about this fight, people are umming and ahhing. People have got smiles on their faces because it's a great fight, man. Talk to me about it. Talk to me about it. How did this fight play out?
Well, listen. Look, I've not kept an eye on them two. I've just heard about them two over the last couple of years. But what a great, when I have seen them, what brilliant specimens fighters they are. Two different styles that are gonna gel 100%. But I can't pick a winner. I can honestly say that. I did say Tank the other week, but now I'm looking at Garcia, and I'm fancying him. Long, rangy, slick, quick, punches, doesn't he? Yeah. So, you know, I would go for the long, slick, rangy man, to tell the truth, and the fresher man. So you tell me who that is.
Cool, Mark. It's always a pleasure talking to yourself. I think you're ready to go. I don't think. What have you got left to do over here right now?
Do you know, we're in a hotel near here, so I want to get settled in. I've got a couple of things to do. Oh, tell a lie, I've got some boxing business happening here after all these people clear out. I've got a bit of sparring happening. I've organised, and so I've got to get these people out and get going.
Mark Tibbs, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for talking to pro boxing fans. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.